spin syllables, soliloquies so simple as these.
King Cooper here. I'm going to shoot from the hip. We need to break things down in order to build them back better. Two things I want to accomplish in this episode. I want it to be a short episode, and I want to cover some new books. Because how are we going to break things down? Well, firstly, Shakespeare, he's out. And let him roll over in his grave for all I care. He's just been going on and on with these sonnets about procreation, but I want literature. I want impressive art. Please, sir. Some books I'll be covering. The first I've got is called Doublespeak by William Lutz. It says, From Revenue Enhancement to Terminal Living. So this is doublespeak. Basically, word salad is a popular term right now, and doublespeak would be word salad. Doublespeak, this is from the back cover, is the language of non-responsibility, carefully constructed to appear to communicate when in fact it doesn't. And I'll open up the book to the first chapter, is titled Involuntary Conversions, Preemptive Counterstrikes, and Incomplete Successes, the World of Doublespeak. So preemptive counterattacks, to correct myself, is how can you be a counterattack if you haven't been attacked in the first place? It can't be preventive or preemptive to the counter. This is what we're getting into, the weird world of words as we go forward. And incomplete success. How can it be a success if it's incomplete? That's just one of the many fun things we'll be talking about. But that's not necessarily literature. That is a study of words, and that's more of a nonfiction world. For replacing Shakespeare, I think I'd like to go with Voltaire. I have Candide pulled up, and I'll real quick just reread an item I'd covered before on the show from Candide. This is Voltaire. One must be new without being bizarre, often sublime and always natural. Understand the human heart and make it speak. Be a great poet without any character in the play seeming to be a poet. Have a perfect command of one's own language. Speak it with purity and continual harmony, without the rhyme ever distracting from the meaning. I also want to get into language, or like French is what Candide is written in. So just real quick, I'll read the chapter title of Candide in French. Comment Candide fut élève dans un beau château et comment il fut chassé de Isilure. And that translates to how Candide was brought up in a beautiful country residence and how he was driven from it. Interesting that beautiful country residence translates to beautiful chateau, as we Americans might call or think of a chateau as a castle. I don't know if I'll be reading Candide in the future, but I have the book, the letters of between Frederick the Great and Voltaire. Maybe I'll get a book that's like the concise Voltaire. So Voltaire is on my eyes, my radar for poetry going forward. We're going to be finishing meditation soon, and I was going to read Greek mythology, since that at first seems like the best place to learn mythology. But what about American mythology? I am American. I'm speaking to a lot of Americans. I know this goes around the whole world. We've got a big following in India, so if you are over there, then thank you for tuning in. Please leave a like and a comment if you don't mind. I'd love to know what part of India you're from, and to know some more Indian mythology. We all can't be the Brahmin or the Mahayanas. American mythology. I've got a book, American Folklore. Here it is. And it's got some stories like John Henry. He's a favorite of mine, not to be confused with his brother Mark, another famous strong man. The story of John Henry is he was racing against a steel driving machine. So the Moral of the story is man versus machine. Can we keep up with technology? And in the story, spoilers if you haven't heard the story of John Henry, he gets into a race where, so this steam machine, it's an old thing. The main job back then is building railroads, the great westward expansion. So John Henry's the strongest man in the world. He can do all these railroads in an instant. He's going to race against this steam-powered railroad driving machine. And they're going to do 100 railroad spikes each. And they race and John Henry comes out the winner. He goes home to bed that night. His heart explodes. So what is the moral in that? Don't try to overpower technology. You can win, but at what cost, perhaps? We will learn these things as we study American folklore. But I also pulled up a couple, it's got knock-knock jokes in here. First off, knock-knock, who's there? Greta. Greta who? Greta Long, little doggy. Greta Long. Let's do another because that was so hilarious. Knock, knock, who's there? Major. Major who? Major, answer the door, didn't I? So you can see what kind of fun romps in the hay we'll be having with American folklore. There's some stories of like Davy Crockett and Johnny Appleseed that I would look forward to going over. Paul Bunyan, that's another good one. I know some TV show has shown him and Babe, his blue ox. So what is the meaning behind blue, the name Babe? We are the suckling babes. But ox, obviously, helping create this westward expansion. But I know a TV show had done the scene where Babe and Paul are wrestling across the country and they create the Great Lakes across America. Their footsteps just went pounded in the ground. Maybe at some point I have to recover the Epic of Gilgamesh because I'm thinking of Babe and Paul Bunyan relates a lot to Gilgamesh and Enkidu, that man's best friend, which I guess is a theme or an archetype we should cover sometime. But yeah, and on Davy Crockett, I just want to say that I don't know anything about him, but so why is he so famous? We have to study American mythology to find out. On the front of math, 24 needs to do something to evolve. It's arithmetic. What does it mean to learn numbers, to separate the one from the two? Maybe we'll pull out some beans and start bean counting as we do episodes. That could be fun, could it? Bean count. Maybe there's a way we could make it fun. I know there are those videos that have marble races. I could create a little ramp and we could have some bean races. So, well, going through first place, second, third, fourth, connecting it with the medals, gold, silver, bronze. What should fourth place be? Pewter, maybe? So it goes like red, blue in terms of colors of the medals, if you get what I'm saying. The Bible will always be a mainstay, though I'll get out of Psalms after number 10. So if you have a suggestion for what book in the Bible we should read next, please leave a comment. I'm also working towards the new format of the show, or the new setup, the new stage, the set. I want to have my full body, and so I have a lapel microphone on right now. This is sort of my second test with the lapel microphone. Let me know how it sounds to you. Hopefully it records at all. Maybe we'll just have a mute video, and I don't know, subtitles might help. But if it doesn't record, how does it know the subtitles? I'll just be typing away. This is when Chris points to the screen. Put in parentheses, applause. So yeah, we got the microphone on. You might also notice we got the season 2 Wrecking and Rapping shirt. If you're seeing this on the internet, then it has probably already sold out in the stores. Your best chance to get it is to join the waiting list by following my website, drawingmylifeaway.com. There you can follow all my extravagant adventures into fashion and farewell to fame. I was just throwing out some more alliteration F words. I don't think I know any other F words, do you? But yeah, so moving to this new set. I mean, it's still in the room Now, what is holding it back is a physicality, and that's also a limit to physicality, a limit to energy, and that's why this episode is just a quick one going through a bunch of I don't know, what do you want to call it? Show notes, something like that. Because trivium and quadrivium took a lot of energy out of me in that research, and that things had been feeling like they were stagnating. That going through Shakespeare, I don't know why Shakespeare, like every sonnet was the same thing. Like, dude, get off of it. Tell me about some pretty flowers or something. I don't know. Compare a rose by any other name. Would it not smell as sweet? Something like that. But yeah, the new set. I want to be able to walk around. I want to be able to show my golden shoes. I've got a new staff in the works. I'm going to try and connect this staff with that one so I can have an epically long staff, because you're if you see me in real life, I'm actually taller than 6 foot. It's hard to believe somebody on the internet is like that, but that's why I want the full stage that you can see me stand up. I see a lot of people on the internet, they have fame from this seated position, but if you were to see them in real life, they so the seated position hides a lot of flaws. That's what I'm saying. And don't have any flaws. King Cooper, are you kidding me? This man is next to godliness. And so I want to exude this example to the world. But yeah, the limit of physicality. Currently I'm in a corner, and I need to move this setup to another corner. And my best way of doing that is to rotate the entire room basically 180 degrees, which means, going piece by piece, bit by bit, going a little bit to the side and then moving some of the set into position. But enough of all that. I hope you've enjoyed our time together, and I hope you come back next week. Final thoughts. Go back and watch an old episode of Wrecking and Rapping. I guarantee you didn't get everything out of it. They're meant to be rewatched. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a nice day. Goodbye.